Hi there, Cancer. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for May. This month starts with a potentially really sociable vibe, but it's not really a case of plenty of friends, lots of gregariousness. It's more a case of being with the people who really count. So sincerity and trust are just as important as popularity. But you could find yourself as early as the 4th having to make some kind of decision in terms of juggling your time management about who you really want to be with. There's an awesome link between Pluto in your sector of partnerships and also the Sun in week 1, which can see a big alteration in your outlook around a close relationship or around what you need from relationships. But the Sun is also clashing with Jupiter in week 1 too, suggesting that there can be some exuberant moments as well. But if you are in a situation where people are pooling costs in order to deal with some expenses, then just be aware that other people within your group of friends may not quite have the same values as you, and that's where the pinch point can occur. Now Venus is going to be joining your sign on the 8th, and that's delicious. This is going to give you a real burst of confidence, especially in terms of how alluring you feel. But in week 4, it is going to be going opposite with Pluto. So when it comes to that issue of sincerity or understanding what people's motivations are, although you may find yourself incredibly attracted to someone during that week, you just need to be sure about, is it really the right thing for you? Is there a genuine compatibility there, or is it just lust? On the other hand, someone could tempt you with some kind of job opportunity which may seem to be too good to be true, or it may be linked to finances. And if it does seem like a get-rich-quick scheme, will slow things down, for however charming they are, there could well be a catch. Now on the 12th, Mars is going to be moving too. But it does turn into the part of your horoscope that's much more psychological, and it can rake up a lot of old emotional debris, particularly in week 3 when it goes face to face with the rather stern energies of Saturn. If you have been really working hard or even playing hard, you may find yourself suddenly feeling completely bereft of any vitality, and frustration can seem that much higher. It could also be that any past emotional event which is not completely dealt with can really come back into your consciousness, and there may even be a sense that this is really getting you down in a more physical way. So that trinity between spiritual, physical and emotional health is something you do need to be careful around, because frustrations can be high in that week 3. However, there is a stunning new moon on the 18th, which can be great for focusing on the people who really count. But then by the 19th, Mercury starts to twist backwards in a really quite tricky area for you, suggesting that you could feel rather detached from one person, someone perhaps who in the past you've been very much closer to. And this sense of detachment can seem to go on for the rest of the month, not least when the Sun moves on the 21st and itself goes into an opposition with Saturn. I do feel, therefore, that lovely, bouncy and bubbly energy that is there at the start of the month needs to be measured against the more serious energies which are also going to be flowing through as well. And that's all about your abilities to weigh up people's motivations, to be shrewd about people. And you often are one of the canniest members of the zodiac. So if you do have doubts about somebody, it doesn't mean to say that you should let them get completely out of control, but at the same time, you need to be mindful of what your inner voice is telling you. Don't try to ignore it. And that can be certainly true in the last few days of this month, when the Sun squares up to Neptune and your imagination can really start to work overtime. And this can throw up all sorts of doubts and uncertainties, but actually a lot of them could be generated within you. So do be conscious of your tendency to let little issues get out of control and bottle them up and not share how you feel. Sometimes you can withdraw a little bit into the safety of your hard-like shell. Sometimes you can be defensive. It is going to be important to keep the oxygen of communication going with the people you can count upon. But with Mercury going backwards from the 19th, you may just feel rather detached from certain individuals. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.